trip to Ireland. Jack, Rosie and Molly have finished their first term at university and they're home for Christmas. They're planning a trip to Ireland for a week during the Easter break. They know that they want to visit Dublin and Derry, but they haven't decided how they'll get there or what they'll do. It's time to get planning. First, let's check out passports and stuff, suggested Rosie. I know Ireland is a separate country, but it's so close to England. Do we even need passports? I read about that, said Jack. If you're British, then you don't need a passport to go to Ireland. But it's best to have one with you just in case. Good. So, how should we get there? I think flying would be the best way. Where should we fly from? Asked Rosie. From Stansted Airport, replied Molly. We can fly with the Irish low-cost airline. It's not the best airline in Europe, according to my Aunt Sylvia, chimed in Jack. Could we fly the Irish national carrier? No, that's a proper airline. It would be way too expensive. I have a better idea, said Rosie. Why don't we go to Dublin by boat? We could take a train to Wales and then go across the Irish Sea on a ferry. That would be much more exciting, don't you think? Good idea, said Molly. Sounds cool, said Jack. How long would that take? I think it's about 4 hours on the train and then 2 hours on the ferry. It's not quick, but imagine how beautiful the scenery will be. Okay, so let's think about where to stay in Dublin, said Rosie. I've heard that it's a pretty expensive city for accommodation. If you don't mind something more basic, we could stay in a hostel. I'm all right with that, said Molly. Me too, said Jack, already looking at his phone. Hey, I've just found one that looks good. It's right in the city centre and it's cheap too. I'll reserve it. And what shall we do while we're there? Asked Molly. I'd love to do some sightseeing. We could visit Dublin Castle, St Patrick's Cathedral, and Harpenny Bridge. Those are some of the classic tourist attractions. I'd like to see them too, said Jack. It would be great to go to at least one museum, said Rosie. You know how famous Ireland is for its literature. We should probably visit the Dublin Writers' Museum and learn a bit about James Joyce and Samuel Beckett. Sounds good, said Molly. You know what else Ireland is famous for? Asked Jack. What? Replied Molly and Rosie in unison. Pubs. We should definitely go to one to experience the atmosphere and get some traditional food like Irish stew. What's in that? Asked Molly. It's mutton with onions and potatoes and sometimes carrots as well. That sounds simple but delicious, said Rosie. After Dublin, it's up to Derry in Northern Ireland, said Jack. How should we get there? What if we hitchhiked? I know it sounds a bit strange, but, well, we would have more spare money to spend in Derry. You mean wait until someone picks us up by the side of the road? Asked Jack. I think that would be fun. Yes, that would be quite an adventure, said Rosie. And where shall we stay when we get there? Asked Molly. Should we try couch surfing? The others agreed, and they started talking about what to see and do when they got there. Derry is by the sea too, so we should go to the beach, said Rosie. It'll probably be raining, said Jack. It's so close to England. I'm sure it's beautiful even when it's raining, said Molly. But we should see the Fanad Lighthouse too. We could even go on a day trip to the Giant's Causeway. A postcard from Ireland. Dear Mum, Jack, Rosie and I are having a fabulous time in Ireland. We were late for the ferry and Jack almost left his luggage in England. It has rained every day, of course, but the countryside is so green and beautiful. The coast was stunning and Dublin was so much fun. Not looking forward to coming back to boring old England. Missing you though. Love, Molly.
Turn the page for some games.
True or false? What do these words mean? Fill the gaps. Excellent! Find the sentences which have the same meaning. Match them. Put labels on the map. Wonderful!
The end.